Hi, this is Jacob Wolf with ESPN Esports, and I am joined by Hungrybox here at Genesis. Hungrybox, no stranger to this channel, no stranger to me. You beat PewPewU.
Yeah.
He had quite the run. He beat Plup. He beat IBDW. What did it take to win that match, and how are you feeling after things?
I was playing really well the whole day. I went into that set with no games dropped. He's always been improving and grinding. He's one of NorCal's heroes, but it felt good. I beat him 3-1. Every Marth player is just getting a lot better at the matchups that they used to struggle in because of Zain, and so you really can't sleep on anyone, especially Marth players. So my strat has sort of been, just don't sleep on anyone, including myself. Right? I need to stay confident and know that when I go against an opponent, they're scared of fighting my puff. They're scared of my tactics and the way I can handle matchups and get easy kills. So yeah, I'm sticking to my strengths and just being cautious.
Speaking of Zain, you have him tomorrow, first thing in the top 8. How are you feeling about going into that? Your set record this year is 7-2 against him,
right.
and the two that you lost were in the same tournament that he ultimately won. But how are you feeling about things heading into Sunday?
For a while, I thought I had my number. It was confusing. I'm like, oh, maybe Marth. I can't figure out Marth anymore. But Crunch and I, we sat down. We really just looked at the footage, really understood what was happening, and we just slowed it down and just played my game, but even better. And if you rely on like a pivot tipper to win, that's like a pretty powerful tactic. That's pulling out the top shelf tactic. So I got to pull out my top shelf tactic. So I doubled down on reaction tech chase rests. I doubled down on these cool edge guard maneuvers that I would do to make sure no matter where Marth is, there's a chance he dies if I time a wave dash back correctly. I just re-understood the matchup the same way to the Fox, same way to the Sheik. And it always takes one player beating me to have that drive. It was Plup with Sheik, it was Zain with Marth, and now it was Mango with Falco. And so I just sat down and just got way better at those matchups.
You mentioned Mango earlier in the week. This week, you said to me that Melee is the one to watch, considering that Mango's sort of on this run again. He's feeling himself. Leffen also is here and playing, clearly, as we just saw against Fiction. What do you feel about those two guys heading in tomorrow and potentially meeting them in bracket early on tomorrow morning?
When it comes to top-level Melee, usually the best player wins that day. We've pushed this game for 19 years now, so I just hope everyone plays their best. I hope we have a really good bracket, and if it's Mango or Zain or Leffen, whoever it is, I'm not really gunning for any particular one. My goal is, if I'm going to be the best in the room or the best in the world at a game or the winner of Genesis, you need to be able to solidly beat everyone under the same roof as you. So that's the goal.
I want to ask specifically about Mango and Mewtwo King. We saw them at the latter half of last year really start to compete harder, really put in the time, ascend back to closer to where they were once upon a time before taking breaks. Do you think that you, and being the #1 player in the world, third year consistently now, had some motivation to that, kind of having a target on your back, and two of these people who have been your rivals for a decade want to come back and beat you? Do you think that's the case?
Remind me which two you're talking about?
Mango and Mewtwo King.
The Mewtwo King. There's a thing with being, I guess, a god of Melee. You can take a 3-year hiatus. I'm surprised if PPND entered the next tournament and it was similarly just as hard as it used to be. It's just Melee never really leaves you and never leaves that muscle memory. It's always hidden in there somewhere in that crazy hard drive of a mind that we all have, and it's like still there. You just need a little bit of waking up to do, and then it's all right back to where it used to be. So yeah, Mewtwo King can do amazing things on a good day. He was still ranked 10 in the world, and he just really is proof that it never leaves. Yeah.
PPMD's here. I got to talk to him earlier.
Yeah.
I saw that you all took a photo together. We've not seen him compete in 3 years and 11 months in a singles tournament, which is almost 4 years come this March. Thinking about that, it seemed like he was very positive in talking to me that he would eventually be back. How do you think that would change the dynamic? Did he come back, considering how great he was and sort of technical and played a little bit of a different play style than we see now?
I spoke to him, and he seemed in really good spirits. That's what I liked about that. I can't be the one to speak for how he's doing with health and Melee and how it affects it, but mentality-wise, he seemed in a really good spot. So I was very thankful to see that. I hope he can come back at some point because, look around you. Melee is not going anywhere, man. We love this game way too damn much. It's the sickest game ever made, and we'll be a PPMD or Mewtwo King or Mango, however old or new you are, just go out there and play. Life's too short to not play.
Mango is the Genesis King, him and Armada traditionally.
For now.
Do you think you change that tomorrow?
Maybe the next 5 years I'll change it too. It's hard to catch up to 4, but you get 1, and then you get 2, and the next thing you know, you get 3, and
Well, if anybody can do it, it's you, because you've done the same with Evo and then won your first Evo title and joined among the ranks here, and also with other tournaments as well. You've caught up to them, right? And now 3 years in a row. Congratulations for the best player in the world. For more esports coverage, stay tuned here to youtube.com/ESPN Esports.